All right, let's move over to Chuck Crosby at the Crosby Law Office. Joshua owns a home in Jefferson County in a subdivision that has some restrictive laws. You'll see there's a theme to the beginning of our show here. Among them, putting out signs supporting his potential candidate of choice. He wanted to put out a sign, but was told he'd be fined and sign removed. With only a couple of days left, he's wondering, should he put the signs out and fight the fines in court? And Chuck, there's some legislation that's out about this, correct?
Yeah, there's some new statute out there. I pulled it up here. Let me see if I can't read the appropriate part. It became effective June 29 of 23.
Mm-hmm.
And it says the governing documents of an association shall not prohibit the outdoor display of political yard signs by an owner or resident on the owner's or resident's property. Signs shall be displayed no earlier than 30 days before special primary regular election, no later than 7 days after that election, unless a longer time period is provided by local ordinance. Governing documents may include reasonable rules and regulations regarding the placement, size, and manner of display. So first thing that tells me is there's at least some ambiguity. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. If you own a house on a lot in a subdivision, well, that makes sense. What if it's in a condo? What if it's, the townhomes that are technically a condo?
Mm-hmm.
That front lawn is not your lawn.
Mm-hmm.
It's common area. So where is yours? Where isn't it? So I don't know. Does he live in a condo? Does he live in, a subdivision with actual lots? So that would be the first thing I'd think about. The second thing is I've not heard anybody discuss any actions that have taken place based on this statute. There may be, but I haven't heard about it. And I talked to a few guys who generally are involved in that kind of thing. So I don't know how it would roll out. First thought I have is if they're going to fine you and we're only a couple days away, think about the attorney's fees you're going to have to pay to fight it. You may win, but you may not be entitled to those attorney's fees. So how important is it for you? Other ambiguities, exactly, it can be a sign that big. Yeah, I'm just thinking of different ways they can regulate it because they can regulate size and appearance. It can only be blue, not red. It seems to me like there's room for play in there. I'd like to see how that would roll out, but I can't tell you how it would.
All right, so let's just recap here because we got a lot of information from you here, especially with that statute. So are you suggesting at this point that our listeners, if they want, put the sign out in their yard, or if they own a condo,
well,
maybe,
now, Bob, that would be giving legal advice over the air to unknown demographic.
All right, then I stand corrected. Okay,
can't do that. What I can say is that if it were me, I've got a statute here, but I live in a condo. Okay.
Yeah, right.
But it looks like a townhome. So my front lawn, what I call my front lawn, is not my front lawn.
Yeah.
It's everybody's front lawn. It's a common area.
Yeah.
So the statute specifically says on that owner's property. So I don't know that it would work in my neighborhood.
Yeah. So you're a condo, so that's separate. So this Joshua seems to is living in a homeowner association.
Yeah. If he lives in, say, Lake Forest.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, those are lotted. Those are little plots of land that you actually have fee simple ownership of. The statute seems to be guided towards that. But the HOA is allowed to determine size and appearance and that sort of thing. It says reasonable, but what's reasonable? I can never tell you what reasonable is, and I don't know of any cases on this yet. So if you want to be the first one to stick your foot in the pond and see if there's a crocodile, well, feel free.
Joshua, good luck on that. It's only a couple of days here, but it's a question of political free speech,
I saw that, and in our subdivision or in our condo, there are folks who, like in a previous lifetime of mine, the bigger your Bible, the more Christian you were. So the bigger your flag, the more patriotic you are. Apparently, and so at what point do you determine what's reasonable? And honest to God, these days I don't know how to define that.
Yeah, I don't think there's an answer that we're going to be able to come up with, but at least we posed the question. We've got the legality of the legal side of it in tow. So thank you, Chuck, on that. And Joshua, we wish you the best of luck. Let us know how that turns out. A reminder, you can actually see as well as hear a replay of this show by going to LouisvilleAnswers.com. That's LouisvilleAnswers.com. That's a redirect to our YouTube channel. Also, you can read our reviews if you're thinking about it while you're online or on your phone. Go to LouisvilleZillow.com or LouisvilleGoogle.com. We're proud of our reviews.